Hello, my name is Rolf Green. I'm a student at Full Sail University, computer science programming, aspiring for the master's degree. I will be doing the presentation on the AI investment bot calculus algorithm. But before I get started, I would like to illustrate to you in live action how the algorithm works successfully. So I will go to the command prompt and give a demonstration so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about during the presentation. Hopefully I can open it. Just a moment, maybe I will shrink that. There we go. And open the command prompt. This will give you an illustration of how the algorithm works when I go to the directory in which the bot performs. As you can see, it's in the command prompt. And I give it a go with Python configuration. It's called Calculus Live Trader, because it does live trades using calculus. It takes a minute to get started. Once it's going, you'll be able to see it quite clearly, some of the results of its way it works. Now it reports a vast quantity of data, and it starts giving a demonstration of some of the trades in the account figures. As you can see, the RSI is neutral at 50, so the market is not really doing very much right now, and it's not likely that we'll see any trades. It gives you the account balances and the profits. Previously, it had done numerous trades, and it does them minute by minute, showing the profit margin that it's anticipated. I will close this screen so that we can get back to the presentation, and you're aware that this is the Calculus Live Trader that we're talking about. Okay, here we have the AI investment bot PowerPoint presentation. And the first topic that I'll discuss is calculus-driven AI trade bot, which I just showed. In the PowerPoint welcome, I'd like to point out that it's gone from a basic investment bot to a real enhanced trade application for desktop users. Welcome to my presentation on Calculus Live Trader, a desktop AI bot developed to empower retail traders with a calculus-based strategy for BTC USD trading on Kraken. Today, the presentation will showcase its unique calculus algorithm, real-time performance, and why it's a game changer for retail trading. On the one hand, I will talk about the live action of the Calculus Live Trader, and on the other, the calculus algorithm's operation in the background. Today we're diving into a live cryptocurrency trading system powered by Python that I tested currently using my Calculus Live Trader bot setup, as you saw. We'll explore how the script initializes, analyze the BTC USD market, and track profits all in real time. So let's get started with the introduction to the Calculus Live Trader. Why Calculus Live Trader? Well, you might be tired of dealing with this kind of guy, a boiler room operator, salesman, broker of sorts. And also, the crypto volatility shows chaos in the data. And its markets are practically impossible to predict for traditional traders in some cases. It's designed to trade Bitcoin against the US dollar in live mode. I launched a version on my desktop, and the script loads purchase prices, sell prices, and sets the stage for real-time market analysis and decision making. This tool combines historical data, live market feeds, and smart metrics to guide trading, and here's how it works. Retail traders lack sophisticated, accessible tools to handle volatility, and algorithmic trading on the market dominates by 60%, according to sources like JP Morgan. There's a gap, and no retail-focused, calculus-driven bots exist for cyclical BTC USD trading. And the solution is to find a desktop bot using calculus to predict dip and pump cycles. Investors deal with traders in below-the-room sales operations, and retail traders struggle against complex corporate trading systems. Calculus Live Trader fills this gap with a friendly desktop solution that uses advanced calculus to predict BTC USD price cycles, making profitable trading accessible to everyone. And the bot fills a unique value, a unique need with, the bot fills a need with a unique value. Here we have an illustration of the tracking volatility on a Bitcoin live chart using TradingView. And as you can see, the market for Bitcoin has quite a bit of volatility going through up and down cycles that the live calculus trader can calculate and predict for the best buy and sell operation. Here we might have a great buy opportunity at a low point where the RSI might indicate it, and a great opportunity at a high point where the RSI over a certain measure might indicate it. Of course, we have to watch out, and the bot has limitations, and it has already configured potential drops that it might make limits on, so the money is kept safely and used only for profitable trades. While you don't want to overlook the importance of real-time trading room charts, you don't have to be glued to them all day. And it's interesting to note that the bot will actually create its own charts. And I think I can give you an example of one really quickly, so we can emphasize the need for bots to have charts. And let me see if I can do that right quickly. And let's see, should be one in here. Okay, quantify. Let me see, yeah, RSI chart extended. Here we have an RSI chart, which is giving you some indication of the volatility of the market in regard to the basic price points. As you can see, in the last week or so, it's been quite volatile, with the RSI bouncing from an upper level of near 70 down to, I guess that was, it did actually, this morning went to 5, and of course it can bounce up again. It went to 90, and you see the trend going down. This is an indication of one of our measures, one of our critical measures for calculating the best buy and sell points. Let me close this down, and I'll get back to the presentation. Just a moment. Okay. The architecture of the bot, as you note, it's a calculus-driven algorithm, and it uses exchanges like Kraken that implement API, Python, and SQLite trades. The Python-based system uses CCXT for Kraken API to generate financial information, data metrics, and additional performance measures. It trades buys at RSI lower than 25 actually, and sells higher than 75 for dips and bounces, or lows and peaks. The data SQLite uses a trading database to store trades and metrics. The desktop doesn't have a UI yet, which I'll be working on, It runs via command line for retail users, and we can plan that for a later project to make an interesting, user-friendly UI. The operation involves the Calculus Live Trader working in Python bot that trades BTC USD on Kraken or any other exchange. You can also use ticker symbols to trade stocks and other investment instruments. It buys during oversold dips lower than RSI 25 and sells at profitable peaks RSI greater than or equal to 75, logging data in an SQLite database. It's designed for desktop use. It's command line driven with a user interface in development. We use the Kraken API as mentioned. It allows us to select stocks with a ticker symbol or to use BTC as a volatile instrument that can generate profits at the best low point and the best high point. As you can see, you can choose Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, and so on. The RSI is an important indicator. It's called the relative strength indicator. It measures the market gains over the market losses and presents the measurement in a way that the user can read it for choosing overbought or oversold markets. In the oversold market, we can buy BTC or an investment at a low price and plan for its acceleration. In an overbought market, we can buy BTC or an investment instrument at a at an overbought market, we can sell the investment or the trade at an ideal high price. Because of its specific design, the Calculus Live Trader finds RSI very important to calculate momentum, and it uses it to timely trade in a precise manner. It predicts the best trades accurately through the dip and bounce strategy. RSI Relative Strength Index measures when to buy oversold market and when to sell overbought market. As noted above, RSI less than 25 is great for buys, and RSI greater than 75 is great for sells. I created a image using three characters for explanation and simplification of the RSI calculation. I have three characters here. One's name is Lydia, one's name is Liesel, and one's name is Rolf, which happens to be my name. And Lydia calculates the losses, and Liesel calculates the gain, while Rolf presents the RSI calculation and simplifies the math so you can understand it. The reference to this little diagram can be helpful in understanding how the RSI is calculated and presented so that you can read the report and make a measurement. When the RSI is over 75, as mentioned, it will signal an overbought condition, as Rolf points out, or if it's lower than 30, it will signal an oversold condition, and we may use Liesel's gain information for making a trade as we're looking to make profitable trades. Now the strengths of why the calculus works so well. It's the trading logic that's in action. As we learn, the magic happens when the Calculus Live Trader uses an exponential fit model to predict Bitcoin's price. The formula with a high or low price forecasts these prices suggesting upward or downward trends. The key metrics come next with the relative strength index, or ISI, when it hits the low point for an oversold threshold and signals a potential dip is cleared. This blend of prediction and indicators drives smart trading decisions. But in the background, the algorithm is using the calculus, which is typical calculus with a derivative, discrete derivatives, which give it a strength in prediction. Now, This calculus also uses exponential fitting that gives extremely precise measurements of the movement of the market price, and it complements the 11 to 4 period RSI tracking with ATR for trade triggers. Why calculus? Calculus captures dynamic cycles versus static indicators like SMA. So let's move on from here. The drawbacks are areas for improvement have to do with the calculus algorithms, discrete derivatives measuring price velocity and curvature, while exponential curve fitting predicts future prices. Unlike static moving averages, calculus dynamically analyzes market cycles with RSI as a fitting mechanism. And the purpose is to support retail traders' initiatives as the model traces market prices to a literal T, making it a central prediction analysis by far surpassing traditional methods and fickle sentiments. And in fact, I calculated that the correlation is running at 99% accuracy, almost perfectly. In addition, it assumes the calculus of chaos and uncertainty in its equation in a way that provides force to the idea of momentum. Now, some people may say there's overfitting, but there's not. It's simply an accurate presenter of trade data. It may be applied to neural networks in the future. We have our eyes on improving the calculus with correspondence to neural network research. Requires considerable software development on a high level of standards. The troubleshooting and debugging process may lead to insurmountable obstacles and is extremely time-consuming. Now, for an explanation of discrete derivatives, I point out a few things here. It gives the algorithm an advantage because it uses very fluid calculations of the curvature related to the buys and sell points. Discrete derivatives drive our trend analysis. In trading logic, we compute price velocity and curvature to identify market shifts. For buys, we look for stabilizing dips. For sells, slowing peaks. On a recent date, the log showed zero curvature, signaling a stable trend guiding no trade. So it can help us to measure the market curves and predict the ideal low point for making a trade buy and the ideal high point for making a trade sell. In its design and purpose, calculus works actively. It's not just a static figure derived from RSI or SMA. It's a significant improvement. So what is exponential curve fitting? It uses predicted prices with A exponent beta to the T, traces fitted exponential curve on price chart and code snippets. I could go on to explain further, but the predicted price peaks using Skippy optimized curve fit, the calculus-based optimization. This forecasts price for trades. For sells, we ensure a 1.5% predicted gain. Soon, logs will show predictions like whatever it may be. It's down to 104K right now, providing calculus drives decisions. Advancement, the calculus-based prediction surpasses just RSI use. Here I make a comparison with the trade chart, pointing out that the calculus is a better instrument than just SMA, small moving averages or relative strength index, because it has the advantage of highly precise calculus performance using derivatives and exponential fitting. The RSI can trigger buys below 28 and sells above 75, and the calculus is the core for trend and prediction. The difference, some might ask, is this just RSI or moving averages? No, small moving averages pre-process data, RSI signals trades, but derivatives analyze trends, and exponential fitting predicts prices. For example, RSI 60.44 triggered on May 29th a They sell, and the calculus makes the strategic call. Improvement raises the bar for trading techniques and standards. Originality. Why hasn't it been used in the past? Well, there's a good reason. There's a lack of scientific rigor, and people shy away from calculus equations. The calculus trader brings precision to crypto trading. It initializes flawlessly, seeds historical data, monitors live prices, and applies advanced models, all the while tracking profits. It ran without a hitch after an update, proving its reliability. Whether you're a trader, developer, or curious learner, this tool shows how code and calculus can tackle the volatile world of Bitcoin. Now, for example, research of the literature finds deep learning dominates, but it has no calculus-based cycle modeling. What's in the novelty? Calculus for BTC USD cycles. 11 to 14 period RSI and Kraken integration. Original custom code with no public match. GitHub checked. The features involve AI trading research which focuses on deep learning but lacks calculus-based cyclical modeling. Here we add the calculus-based cyclical model. Calculus Live Trader fills this gap with derivatives and exponential fitting tailored for retail traders. The custom code with unique RSI thresholds ensures originality. And we can review literature with hope future improvements in the work involving investment bots in the industry. Real-time performances showed that the bot has operated profitably, making numerous sales and numerous purchases. Using queries with SQL, we can actually indicate reports like we just did with the RSI calculations. And on May 29th, it showed an RSI at 60 and the portfolio increasing in value over $56. It's waiting for RSI over 75 to sell BTC in the coming week, and our SQLite query shows real-time calculus outputs like predicted prices. It regularly showcases performance tied to calculus. In conclusion, I would like to thank you for participating in this slide show, and this completes the presentation. I hope you find the calculus live trade algorithm useful in the future.